Hello, and welcome to 3805, Session 4A on Team Building. According to Blaze and Hayes, healthcare professionals should be active in decisions about all aspects of their clients' care. As these decisions are typically made in groups, there are challenges and opportunities that the professional nurse may face when they're making these decisions. So let's take a look at what group happens to mean. According to Adams and Glaines, a group is three or more individuals who have common purpose, interact with each other, influence one another, and are interdependent. Can take place in professional organizations, civic or community organizations. Each exists to achieve the goal that may be unobtainable by an individual. Therefore, the group can take greater risk. The group also will share in the consequences. They also state that there are primary and secondary groups. In the primary component, that area is small and the groups may be intimate. They're usually relationships are personal, spontaneous, and sentimental. They're very cooperative and usually inclusive. They can be face-to-face interactions. There's a sense of we instead of I, and people turn to primary groups when they're in the need of help, and families are usually included in these healthcare decisions. The secondary group, according to Glaines and Glaines, that they are larger and personal with the purpose of control and problem solving. It's a means of getting things done. Sometimes face-to-face interaction or contact is not there. However, it can be, such as in our professional organizations and our political parties. When I look at our professional organizations, you look at your A&A, your F&A. Many times you don't know each other by face, but you might see them from time to time. Members need not know each other in order to have that inclusive sense because we're all one in a sense. So the group is somewhat secondary, but yet still may be formal. So according to Sampsons and Marthas in 1990, they said that team building has certain functions. One is socialization, where members have one functions, and these members may come from cross-generational, interprofessionals, multicultural colleagues, where they support to complete this task. They become camaraderies, and they give information, and they share a governance because they each have a say in it, and they use the empowerment to do so. So the group categories, they state, are that there are functional perspectives, complete the task, information sharing, and normative, encouraging compliances, discouraging deviation. And interpersonal perspectives is socialization and camaraderie. There are three levels: formal, semi-formal, and informal. In the formal aspect, the end is not individualized. They're task-centered, task-oriented, whether that be your work organizations, your staff meetings, your research committees, or your ethics committee, just to name a few. In your semi-formal groups, your social and ego become satisfied, such as in churches or lodges or social clubs, PTA and labor unions. Also, many times, there's nurses groups where we become semi-formal, and maybe a nurse brings something to the table, and then their ego is definitely satisfied. And then, of course, our last part is informal, where you and a colleague may get together after work, go for coffee, go for lunch. You form a friendship. You realize that you have the same hobbies. So it's a convenience type thing, and then you become self-protective of each other. However, you could also discuss, the decision-making process at work. So all these together help to build that team.